Alright, so welcome back to Big Money Inc. Now, as I recalled, we had to rendezvous two ships and transfer some crew near orbit of Minmus. Well, near Minmus. And it just so happens that we have Kim Das. Yeah, that fucked up his shit in orbit. So we're gonna go pick his ass up. Alright. So I remember we spent some science and got some new capsules and stuff. So this one has crew capacity of 3, I think. Yeah, crew capacity of 3. This one has 2. This is a new lander can. We don't even have the first lander can. And the cupola. Did we get the big heat shields? No, we didn't. We're gonna make things interesting. Okay, so we're going to build a space hot rod. But first, I want to see how much science we have left. Got 75. And we don't have the big heat shields. They're at 90 probably. Yep. Yeah, that's the ones we need. Oh well, we'll do without. We'll just have to make sure our re-entry stage is efficient enough. Okay, since we don't have the blue parachute, the big one, the nose of this thing is gonna be a bit sketchy. So, structural, we don't even have the structural piece to do them. Yeah, I'm gonna go check those airplane parts that we can purchase, but I haven't purchased in the tech tree. There might be something interesting in those. Dolphins, that's about it. Okay, why not? Let's just grab these. Okay. So would be nah. Let's go with something different. Let's stick these two together. That's gonna be our crew capsule. Plus we'll get an amazing view out of the cupola. Alright, so let's start coupling these things together. Let's just... That seems like it would be efficient enough for a final stage. Can also cheat and add some gas tanks to the side. Let's go with 4. Boom. Let's go with the big ones. could basically add engines to those, but they'll just feed off. Well, this engine will feed off these tanks, then we'll be able to get rid of them and we'll be left with this small tank. So we need some parachutes for once we come back. Stuck him in. Messed up. Oh. Going to block my. Let's put this here for now. Going to block my entrance if I'm not careful. I'll just go with 2, so it's gonna give me 6 total of these. It's not blocking the door, so let's do our staging right away before it gets too confusing. And we're gonna need some drogues. That just 4 will be enough. Oh, we can drop underneath the big ones. So our 4 drogues are down here. Let's move these down. So there, they pop before the main shoots. Okay, let's add this tank back to where they're supposed to go. They're all connected. Okay. Now, one thing that makes this a little bit more complicated than it should be is the fact that I don't have any RCS. So it's kind of sketchy at this point. But we're gonna be in the we're gonna be in orbit of Minus, so the only hard part is getting there. Let's start building our stages. So I still don't have no fairings of the big payload box now. Got some structural pieces. But yeah. Yeah, let's just put an inner, well, a middle stage. Just in case that first stage really doesn't go to plan. 3 of these for the start should be good, because they'll be helped by the kickback. Engines. Still don't have the big couplers. But we have struts, so the struts help a lot. As always, you want to put these as low as possible, so their nose kick outwards instead of inward. Okay, so I need to raise these up a little bit. Where's the... There. Oh, poop. Not what I wanted to do. Wanted to pick up the whole thing. There we go. Just... That seems about right. Like a little bit offset. Just about there, so let's just move him one touch. Try to at least get him centered so they don't give a weird spin to the ship. Okay, whatever. I'm happy with that. Let's just strut it. Since we have the coupler and the shield, it won't give me no hard point to attach to, so I'm just gonna drop it below and anchor him to the tank. Didn't work. My other one is taking up too much space. Let's just move it. No, went too high. Alright. Seems about right. So, now let's check our crew. We have Jeb so far. And I'm gonna take my engineer along, just in case. Oh, before I set off, I totally forgot about electricity. Gonna add a couple of these batteries. Couple panels. Make sure I can keep a charge. And this is not, by far not cost efficient at all. But who cares? Big money. No. I'm gonna put some cones on here. Seems halfway decent. So yeah. One last thing we could do is add ourselves some lights in case our rendezvous is on the dark side. That way we actually get to see what we're trying to find. I'm using the the WASD to flip these lights around and move them. And if you want to do just minute movements, you can use the shift key. Here. Since I want to tilt them a little bit downwards, I'm going to press Shift and S. That's just tilting him a little bit instead of giving him a full rotation. So that seems like it will work. There we go. Once we re-enter, we'll be ditching all this extra weight, so the cans don't get crushed or anything. But we're still relying on this last engine as a heat shield, since we don't have the big one. So yeah, I'm going to bring this down closer to the ground so I don't get that weird loading glitch where the rocket just falls out of the sky. I messed up. Forgot to press shift when I picked up my rocket. Is that connected to the engine or? No. That is not connected to the engine. Okay. Phew. Crisis averted. I really don't want to take those solid engines off. Okay. So here we go. That's all good. I'm not going to strap it or anything because it's not really that tall. I've built way taller. But I'm fairly sure this one will be able to complete the mission fairly easily. Might be wrong, but so far every time I thought I was going to be wrong, I've been somewhat successful. Okay, so whoa. Okay, yeah. Them staging get confusing sometimes. Well, it can get confusing sometimes. Let's just check everything out, and we still haven't named this one. We were up to, say save and continue. Guess this is gonna be Big Money 6. Well, Mach 6. So, Big Money MK6. There you go. It's got a name and everything now. Let's check our crew, everything's cool. Hopefully Bill will get a few levels on this one. Alright, so let's do this. Okay, so before I do anything else, I'm just gonna chill on the pad for now. And I'm going to do my planning. Okay, I'm just gonna focus on getting to Minmus for now. So, let's do this. But sorry about that. There was really loud noise coming in from the outside, so I decided to spare you guys and unplug my mic. But now it's back. Alright, so I got the moon, well, min-miss target pretty much where I want it. Now I'm gonna turn on my stability control. And I'm going to preset my throttle to, let's say, 3/4. Pretty sure them kickbacks they're gonna kick pretty hard. Our ship ain't that big. So, okay. I'm gonna fire off the main engines and let's see what happens. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. But I think I'm going to throttle up. Take full advantage of them kickbacks while I can. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a turn. Not too much. Just a little. Well, I got the gimbal on this engine. So. I'm losing it. Losing it. Fuck. We're gonna have to abort this launch. Can we salvage? We lost a lot of Delta V there. Massive amount of Delta V. Yeah, I'm going to be aborting this launch. And we see all our debris going like that, all this wasted fuel and shit. And tree huggers are gonna love us now. It's pretty much fuck you, ocean, with all that fuel and shit going down there. Okay, so thing I did wrong was to start my turn way too early. This resulted in this mess. Wow. That's actually impressive. If we go to Jeb's point of view, well, you can see parts of his ship just flying off. You can see the moon, or the moon. So yeah. That's a fail. Well, we can build another. We have the funds. Let's time accelerate this. Will we have bombed the island? What? Didn't show. Too far away. Well, at least our recovery stage is efficient enough. Works. kind of an expensive way to test it, but yeah. Oops. Okay, as soon as these guys land, we'll be able to build another and launch it right away. Okay, let's recover our vessel. Let's build another and launch it again. Got no science, and how much was that? 76 grand? 74. Okay. Is our crew ready? Yeah, not phased, not nothing. They want more. We give them more. Okay. Technically, our target should still be right where we want it. Unless it moved. Oh no, it's right there. Okay, so this time I'm just gonna launch straight. And I'm gonna start my turn once I reach the vacuum. So, here we go. I'm going to floor it off the start. So hopefully this time we won't flip or die or anything. So far so good. And we got way more Delta V than we had the first time. Didn't lose it all by flipping. And we're gonna be releasing the solid engines. There they go. No explosions, no nothing. That's beautiful. So now I guess we could just get the prograde and let Jeff do his thing. So we're not high enough for the actual engine to be efficient enough, but we're getting there. And we're getting some speed now. That middle stage is gonna do most of the work. That last stage is gonna get us back home. Still a bunch of trucks passing outside. We're accelerating now. Bob is probably chilling at the window right there. Let's check it out. Yep. Bob is here and Jeb is at the front. So kind of hard to see since our ship is still like super long. Let's take over and send ourselves toward oh, changing stages. Gonna be a little bit more maneuverable. So let's lock ourselves on our target marker. And burn till we get there. Well, get an encounter, that is. Because the person we're looking for is somewhere there. That's our station. Well, our Feld station. Gonna have to fart with it to maybe do some more science, or I'm just going to deorbit it and build a new one. Well, it's still early in the space program, so we still have a lot of technology to go through. That middle stage ran out. Interesting. So now we got rid of that middle stage. Let's keep an eye on our fuel from this point on. Seems efficient enough to get us there. Might be a failure. Might not be. Well, we don't have to land, so as soon as we get into the influence of Minimus, we're okay. Going to start throttling down. Well, that's the tricky part. Efficiency, weight, and the amount of fuel you have. It is a good thing to have a lot of fuel, but if you have too much and you're too heavy and your engine can't burn it, that's where you get the issue. You need a bigger engine so it drinks more fuel. You need more fuel. Get heavier. It's like a vicious circle. I'm just slowing down. Slowing down the burn rate. Till this thing lines up. Seem pretty well lined up with it. Slow down even more. And gonna kill it there. Okay, I'm gonna set a maneuver a little bit higher, but not too far away. And I'm gonna play with that maneuver until I get an encounter. So I'm a little bit higher than the actual orbit of the moon, so I'm going to drop it a bit. I dropped it too low. Seems about right. So if I keep pushing it forwards, boom, got my encounter. 4 seconds, but it can turn out to be a lot more than 4 seconds. So let's just get lined up with our maneuver node, or target, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, I'm pretty much lined up. So I'm gonna start my burn right away. Since I don't really need to be all the way at the actual maneuver. Our maneuver node's moving. Gonna keep up with it. If we want to get on the same line as it. Okay. So we're close. We're very, very close. Let's see what's missing. Is it a little touch? Yep, little notch. So let's do this. There you go. We got our encounter. Line turned purple. Okay, and fuel still looks pretty decent. And the 5.2 debris. Funny. That's from our last mission. Okay, so we're going to time accelerate till we're actually at our encounter point and check out what we have to do to actually encounter the ship in orbit. So we'll get a view of it. Yeah, there it is. Kimda's heap. So his ship is floating. I guess we could call it low min-miss orbit. Let's go get his ass. So from the time acceleration, I notice he's spinning this direction, counterclock, so we're actually gonna be dropping our orbit in the right direction to meet him. So let's kill our speed in orbit. We're basically gonna have to bleed off all the speed to go and meet him for now. Like, we literally have to drop all our speed just to get into the orbit. But we're pretty far away still from min-miss. Our battery power looks good. Solar panels and all that's doing their job. Let's get a focus view on Minmus. That way we get to see how our orbit drops. Okay, I want to stay a little bit on the outside. Whoa, okay, we're locked onto Gimna's ship. That's why. Trippy. Okay, so yeah. Let's see if we can focus view on, there we go, Minmus. Now, let's bring down the other side of our orbit. Then we'll do the corrections to line ourselves up with his orbit, to give us the best chance possible at an orbit. Since we're on the outside, he's gonna be moving faster than us, so he's gonna be meeting us. We can't really get lower than that, cause yeah, he's like skimming the mountains and shit. Okay, as soon as we reach this point here, whoop, no, cancel. As soon as we reach this point here, what I'm going to do is, well, now I could just match my anti-normal and just wait to go there, because basically Jeb's gonna do it for me. Won't calculate fuel, but if I do it well enough, should work. I want my next maneuver. There we go. So yeah, we're going to try this. The idea is I'm going to bring this line as well. I'm going to flatten my orbit with this one. So let's give it a go. And the orbit is moving. I'm doing it too far, so I'm actually not gonna be flat with it. I'm gonna be like offset to it or parallel to it. I don't want that. Okay, here seems about right. So we're flattening out the orbit with the other one. Just a little bit more. There we go. Now we could click on his ship and set it as a target, so we actually get these bars and things to help us out. So now he's at 7, 6, 7, 7, 2. So we're at 35, 9, 22, 59. So, okay. So yeah, if we get into a retrograde, we try to drop the other side closer to their orbit. It's still going to take us forever to rendezvous, but we have to get closer. Okay, so we're about here. Our next scheduled burn will be here to drop the other side. So now we're at 19.5. We want to get this one about at 19.5 also, or as close as possible to 19.5. Keep this side pretty much the same. But this ship's still gonna be moving faster than us, so they're basically catching up to us. Now, if we manually time accelerate, let's see what happens. Okay, I'm gonna slow down the time acceleration. Warp here. And then I'm going to start retrograding to drop this side. So we're still at 19.5. We want to get this one as close as possible to 19.5. So if I start burning, oh, there we go. 21, 19.5. There we go, 19.5. And we're still at 19.5, so 19.5 to 6. 19.5 or 6? 19.6. 19.585 and 19.524. So that, I'm happy with that. So this guy should be catching up to us, and once he does, we'll drop our orbit to meet him. And since we don't have no docking port, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't have any docking port, we can't switch to him right now. We can view from tracking station, but we can't see him. We can't see what his ship looks like or anything. So we have to assume that we're gonna be spacewalking him from one ship to another. So we'll have to get into parking orbit with the other ship. So okay, it's gonna take forever, but time accelerate. Now I can always switch for my target. That way it's kinda telling me how fast he's moving away or towards me. So it seems to be getting fairly close now. It's catching up at great speed. Kind of. Well, it's relative. Okay, so we're at about 20 clicks from him. A little bit less than that. So now, instead of retrograding, I'm going to prograde towards my target. Or I could always add a maneuver, and with my maneuver I'm pretty sure I can get an encounter. So here we go. We have these nodes, but I'm not too familiar with these. Okay, so we got the splits. Now this is intersect 1, target position, intersect, and separation. So we should be meeting him up if we burn in this direction. So let's try that. Could always burn straight into its direction and meet up, but that's not really how we are supposed to do it. But you know what? We need our orbit and the retrograde marker for this one. So I'm gonna do my burn to get my encounter. Okay, I am fairly low on this one. About 5k, but I should be meeting up with him. If I get back into my targets, we are still getting closer to one another. I think I might have messed it up though. I think he might be overshooting us. He's going about 20 meters faster than we are. Okay, I'm gonna take over manually. I'm gonna rendezvous manually if I can. I don't have the docking. Well, I don't have no options for RCS or anything. Okay, I gotta take the stability assist away, because it's really trying to keep me on a prograde, and I want to get into my target vector. Basically, I'm going to be throwing myself at the target, because now the target is moving away from us. By the time we go to the intersect at the other end, it's gonna be too late, and we're gonna need to go for another pass. So now I'll burn and I'll try to bring that yellow prograde vector to the target marker. I'm gonna burn a lot of fuel doing this. But I should be able to get us into parking orbit with it relatively easy. There it is. So now we're basically running after it. Risky maneuvers, but no guts, no glory. And now since I switched target, it's not really showing me my orbit, it's showing me my velocity towards my target. I'm going to slow down. Pretty sure I got my orbit back. I'll flip this thing around and aim it back at the other ship and do another burn. Just to meet up with him and then get into parking orbit. Here we go. I just need to retro. Make sure we don't crash. I should be watching my fuel because we are burning lots of it right now. But if everything goes well for the return trip, I shouldn't need that much. Fuel to return home. So now I'm going to try and get into parking orbit with it. So now I killed off pretty much all the velocity that I had going towards it, which now my map orbit looks like this, but I'm still moving towards or away from it. So I'm going back to my target marker and I'm doing another burn. Just to help myself meet it up a bit faster. Okay, we're at 700 meters. I'm gonna turn into retrograde. As soon as we get a lot closer, I'm going to park myself next to it basically. That should give me my contract of rendezvous 2 vessels in orbit. So we're coming up on it. Let's kill off some of this speed and realign ourselves. Okay, there we go. Now I got to turn around. Now we're moving closer towards it. The key is just little inputs. Little inputs will get you a long way. I'm not moving that fast. Usually I'd be doing this part with the RCS and the docking mode here. But I don't have RCS, so that will come later on. So here we are, 200 meters. $150. Let's see if we can get right up close to it. RCS over here would help a lot. Let's start slowing down. So we're pretty close to it right now. Like really, really close, but we're still not in our parking orbit yet because we're still moving towards it or away from it. So I'm gonna kill off all of this speed. So now we're basically parked here. We're gonna be moving away slowly, like very slowly, but here you go. It's basically just a can that's floating right here. So now we get to switch to it. But we switch to it through this menu. Not the big money. I want the other dude's ship. No. We'll just use the hotkeys on the keyboard. So now we're here. He's been chilling in here all alone. He's looking outside the windows. Well, he does have a nice view. But I'm guessing he's tired. So he's going on an EVA. And we just got launched when we escaped that capsule, so we're gonna start making our way towards Jeb's spaceship. Now, small inputs, and one thing that's helpful, if you turn on your light, it's actually gonna help you tell when you start getting too close to stuff. Now, I gotta find the door. Huh. If we switch to the ship and go see from Jeb's view, you should be spotting that little astronaut coming up in sight. No. Oops. Here we go. There you go. He's all happy as shit. Ah, you came to rescue me! Thank you! Okay, so hatch is down here. So let's go to it. So that's the funny thing of space. There ain't really no up or down, but apparently now with the camera, they decided there was gonna be a up and down. Now I can't grab hold of the ship. So gonna park this dude outside right here. Come on. Don't hit the ship. I gotta turn the ship to let this guy in. Okay. So now that I have the ship, let's turn it. Okay. Now we're back to our astronaut. And now he can actually grab onto the ship and enter the can. Whoa, 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 whoa. Poor guy's flying off. Don't know where he was going, but it was all like, I'm climbing this ladder. You guys can't do shit. Having so much trouble all of a sudden. Okay, he grabbed on, he boarded. So we got our little astronaut, and all our contracts got completed just by rescuing another dude. And now, fun fact, I think since my astronaut complex is upgraded, I'm gonna get to keep him as one new crew for future missions. Okay, so now we don't need to check our target. We're getting back onto a prograde vector. These tanks are half full. This tank is empty. So here's what I'm going to do. Are we going to crash or anything? No. So I'm going to do a fuel transfer of the outer tank into the main tank, and I'm going to ditch those. Okay, so the way I do that is I'm going to pin this one here, pin that one there, pin that one there, and pin this one there, then press Alt and right click on this one and click in on all of these. But here's the issue. I didn't press Alt on these guys. So fuck, I have to unpin them all. So here, right click, boom, 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 and boom. Now I want in and in. How come I can't transfer fuel? Probably because the crossfeed wasn't enabled, but I have the fuel lines, so theoretically crossfeed shouldn't need to be enabled on these guys. And my fuel doesn't want to transfer. Interesting. Here we go. So we're going to be emptying the tanks. All of them. So that should pull all the fuels from the external tanks into the main tank. Now I kinda messed up and I didn't normalize all of them. So, crap. If I do out, I refill all those tanks. Can I normalize everything? Not sure, is this affecting my orbit? Okay, they're all at 186 except for this one. Okay, whatever. Then I'm going to shut off this tank once it's full. So it's gonna drain the outer tank first. Okay, big tank. let's say the big one here is our reserve, and it's locked down, so we won't be using any of its fuel. So okay, let's start burning to raise our orbit and get out of here. Okay, so we're going faster. Are we going outwards? Yes, we're going outwards, so we want to burn from this side to actually go back to Kerbin. Righty then, so far so good. These guys are almost empty. I'm gonna start my burn to go back home. Okay, we got our circle. If I burn more, it just gets bigger, so as soon as we escape the sphere of influence of Minmus, I'm gonna do a retro burn. I can't really see where my ship's at because I'm not focused on it no more. It's kinda hard to get it back once you let go your focus off of the ship. So I'm going to try to retrograde to slow my ass down to actually get back towards Kerbin. Getting another encounter with Minmus. I'm just gonna burn and see what happens. The rest of the fuel is basically just our heat shields to compensate for the lack of heat shield. We get a moon encounter at the same time. 900, 700. I'm gonna drop it lower than that. Whoa. Okay, I'm back into the sphere of influence of Minmus. Am I going to crash into Minmus? Hopefully not. So I'm going to warp here. And hey, we didn't crash. So that's a plus. Okay, we're back to our retrograde. Okay, that seems pretty legit. Now, I'm just going to time accelerate all the way down here and enjoy the show. Where's Kerbin? There it is. See the moon flying around. Alright, coming in pretty fast. I don't want to do a burn right away, because I know if I do, I'm going to probably crash into the planet. The angle is going to be too steep. Now I took a heat shield approach and I don't have a heat shield, so instead of time accelerating, I'm just going to pin this here so I can open it up once I need it. And then I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this one as I'm coming in. Okay, so here we go. Getting lots of speed. At about 100 something meters, 100,000 meters, let it go normal speed, and I'll start doing my thing accordingly. Okay. I'm starting my burn. Just flooring it. Slow my ass down. The engine's gonna cut. Once the engine cuts, you're gonna. There you go. We're on the reserve. No, I don't want this one to release first. I want these. Seems to be doing the job nicely. I'll be amazed if we don't even get no re-entry heating or anything. Okay, there goes our engine. It's empty. Ditch it. Then the parachutes are gonna do the rest. Our other parts are like... I think we'll have some more debris in orbit. Maybe, maybe not. There's our re-entry heating. Bottom capsule has some protection for heating. So, here we go. Job's done. There goes the drogues. There goes the main. We already seen it survive a splashdown. Here, we get to see from Bob's view. The new lander can, the instrument, the radar. This is actually useful when you're trying to do the moon and all that and you're unsure of the terrain height, because the readout doesn't go to 0 on the outside, but this one will actually go to 0 since it's radar tracked. Won't show up till a certain altitude. Our passenger's view and Jep's view. And splash. Let's recover. Let's see what we did. Alright, 77 science. Not too shabby. 2,200,000. Yeah, that was pretty nice. So, 77 science, we clearly don't have enough for another step in our tech tree. But I'm pretty sure we could build a satellite if we get contracted to do it. Space around Minmus. Guess we could put a little tiny sat around Minmus and science data from it. Here we go. Synchronous orbit. So 2 more contracts with 1 stone. Alright, so I'm gonna end this live stream here. I'm probably gonna do the next part today or so later on. Building a satellite and launching it won't be too bad, but hey, we know what to look forward to. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment, drop a like, and if you like this and want to see more, then subscribe. Alright, thanks. Till next time.